Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. We got huge new interviews from Palantir Management, and to add the cherry on top, surprisingly, Alex Karp is releasing a book. So we got to start with the new CNBC interview. Here's a snippet first.
Welcome back to Squawk Box, right here at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Earlier today, I spoke to Palantir co-founder and CEO Alex Karp in a wide-ranging interview. Here's a moment we want to show you from that interview.
We had a movement I think is fading away, largely understood as wokeism, where people said, quite frankly, in public, lots of things that no one believed they believed in private. Now with Israel, most people in positions of authority realize that what happened on October 7th was one of the worst terror attacks the West has ever seen, arguably the worst act of terrorism and sexual barbarism the world has seen in 100 years. And it is incumbent on us to actually not only speak loudly in private, but occasionally show what we mean in public. People want to talk about rebuilding trust. The elite, no one trusts the elite. Yes, but how could you trust the elite if everything you're saying is a half-truth at best?
Let me ask you about what's happening here in Davos, because one of the conversations that we have not seen in large part is one about what's really happening on the ground in Israel, a conversation about anti-Semitism, the same conversation that's happening in institutions all over the world, but it doesn't seem to be here yet. I know the second gentleman is going to be here from the White House tomorrow, and there's going to be some conversation about this, but it seems so very limited.
Davos has an important function. I live on a different planet. The most important issue of our time is war and peace. And the absolute most important metaphor for that is, what do you think about what happened in Israel? And by the way, anti-Semitism as a kind of prejudice has always been the canary in the coal mine for your society isn't working, your university isn't working, you're not providing real growth to your population, and because you're not explaining why it doesn't work, you just go blame the Jews. And so, like, any enterprise that's about making the world a better place that doesn't deal with these issues is basically saying, I'm not really engaging in the problem.
Alex Karp never one to hold back, and we're going to bring you that full interview with Alex Karp tomorrow right here on Squawk Box. And boy, does he not hold back. He gets into a lot of other topics.
The rest of the interview will be released tomorrow from CNBC, so I'm looking forward to whatever things Alex Karp has to say. Now, for anyone seeing Karp for the first time, they're going to say, oh my God, he's actually saying this stuff on TV and full-heartedly supporting Israel. Especially someone on the other side of the issue, they'll probably just turn off their TV or phone just from this snippet. But as investors, this isn't new or out of character, and if he didn't do something like this, honestly, I'd be more surprised. But at least mission-wise, he is still consistent, and he is interestingly bringing up historical context of a collapsing society, of finding scapegoats, which typically have been the Jewish population if you think about modern times at least, and everyone knows World War II and the Holocaust as the elephant in the room. So based on Andrew's reaction and words, sounds like there will be more interesting things to come when they release it. What I hope to hear are tangible numbers, which is a hope and dream, of course, but anything that hints at the performance of the business, especially around their artificial intelligence platform and their AIP boot camps, or maybe just interest from folks at Davos. So more to come on there. Then second interview that just dropped as I was writing the script. If you're in the finance space on YouTube or X, you probably at least heard of Tom Nash. He secured an interview with Palantir CTO Shyam Sankar. Well, I won't steal his thunder here, so check it out on your own time. It's a good 50 minutes long, and it's on X or on YouTube. It's another outlet to possibly get new information. And I do want to acknowledge there are folks who may have a distaste for Tom's content, but from my perspective, at least for this piece, I just want more information. So even though I don't watch Tom's stuff personally, any contributions to get more information is welcome in my book. And then to my surprise as well, Alex Karp is releasing a new book called The Technological Republic. It looks like it will explore the West's complacency with the goal of having tech executives help the United States government or move towards that. So most likely we won't hear any new information or groundbreaking stuff, but we will get a deeper narrative on Karp's perspective, his thoughts on the history and current situation of the West in regards to the relationship between the United States government and the military, as well as those technology companies. And we've heard many times before on the collaborative relationship during the Cold War era too between technology companies and the US government, but eventually we've gotten to this point of innovation, maybe way outside the military, where some could argue the US government is behind. So we'll see in his in-depth thoughts on this book as more snippets come out. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.